Lock in.
Lock in. Here we go. What's up, homies?
Okay. Hi, Gio. Welcome to the show.
Hi.
You are our first guest on the podcast that doesn't have a name yet.
Wow. I feel honored.
You should.
Thank you for having me.
I'm happy you're here. Okay.
Happy to be here.
So I know that I've talked to you about this, but basically, I really want this podcast to feel very conversational.
Yeah.
I want it to be like we are peeling back the curtain and letting people into the conversations that founders, creatives, entrepreneurs, people like us have behind closed doors that no one else really gets to see.
Yeah.
You know, so that's
For
the
sure.
vibe.
For
I was
sure.
telling you, this is super chill. Like, I don't want this to be an interview.
Love that.
I want us to just talk about ideas,
I love that.
things like that.
Let's
Okay,
go.
so this is how I want to start with you.
Yeah.
I am such a quote person. I love quotes.
Me too.
Like, I just think being able to distill down, like, just a life philosophy or mindset into a few words or a sentence that really hits is, like, the coolest thing ever. I'm obsessed with quotes. Or just when someone gives you advice, like, just a fire one-liner that just sticks with you. Like, someone said this to me and that changed my trajectory. So I want to know from you, what's, like, your favorite quote, or has anyone ever said something to you, like a piece of advice, something you heard that really has stuck with you over the long term?
Absolutely.
I feel like you have probably a lot of good ones.
Yeah, I do. Sorry, give me like 10 seconds.
No, yeah, take your time. Think about
Um,
your quotes. I'll tell you. You want me to tell you my quote? My favorite quote?
Yes, please.
My favorite quote. So I used to run track growing up.
Okay.
I was an athlete. You know this.
Yes.
Since I was 9 years old, I was running the 400 meters. And my favorite quote to this day is, "The race is won in the off season." Like, how fire.
That's so fire.
I just feel like that relates not only to track, which was a huge part of my life growing up, so that was
Yeah.
like the core of my identity for so long,
Yeah.
but anything in life, people see the result. People see when you've made it, but people don't see the off season.
Yeah.
And that is when you do the work that gets you to the place where you're winning.
For sure.
I love that.
What do you think that means in like business and things like that? Like how does that apply to business owners or artists or in your industry?
Yeah, I mean, for me, I think it applies to a lot of what people don't see, a lot of the behind the scenes. And for me, I think a lot of being an entrepreneur and building a business, it's a lot of thinking and making decisions and taking risks. And that is a lot of the off season where, like, you know, everyone has ideas. Like, it's not hard to come up with ideas, but actually, we've talked about this, like, executing on those ideas, I think, you know, that's the difficult part. And for me, it's like, that's what no one sees. No one sees when I'm, last night, you know, it's 1 a.m. and I'm blasting my SoundCloud and I have all these ideas, but then it's like executing, like making that happen.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, I mean, this podcast is like a perfect example.
Absolutely.
I decided I wanted to do a podcast. And a big thing for me that I think is a theme throughout my life has been, when I have an idea, like, I need to do it. Like, I need to try. I treat my life like a series of experiments, you know? And I'm
Yeah,
like,
absolutely.
I want to try this podcast. I want to do it.
Absolutely.
And I think that people think that you need to have everything figured out, or that I had everything figured out with my agency and the business when I started it, and I didn't. And you don't need to have everything figured out. You just need to take one step at a time.
Absolutely.
So
Absolutely.
that's why I don't have a name for this podcast yet, because I'm not going to rush it.
Yeah.
I wasn't going to wait to book the studio until I had the perfect name and did a branding
I love
shoot and had everything set up. No, like, just book the studio, get the ball rolling, and things will snowball.
Yeah.
And that's how a lot of my life has worked.
I love that. And I think that's what's led to a lot of your success from the outside looking in.
Yeah.
Do you think a lot of people get caught up in that? Like, they just, like, they think everything has to be perfect before they just jump in, right?
Yeah.
You know, I've definitely done it in the past, and I realized, like, it's not the way to live. It's not the way to go. Like, it just doesn't work. But do you see, like, a lot of people do that?
Yeah.
In your
I think a
industry
lot of people-
and
Not
anywhere?
even my industry. I just
And
think,
anywhere.
I think it's scary to, you know,
Do something
take a
new.
risk, and because you don't know how it's going to turn out. But,
For sure.
you know, like, even with my agency, I think a lot of people think that this is, like, my first business. And I started this business when I was 23 years old, my social media agency.
Wow.
Do you know that was my 6th business I started?
Wow.
My
I did
sixth,
not know
that
that.
means I started 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It didn't work out.
That's crazy.
But I don't see those as a failure at all. Some of
Absolutely.
them I made no money. Some of them I made a decent amount of money. None of them, stood the test of time. None of them were the perfect fit. But every single one of them taught me something that led me to the next step and the next step and the next step, and then got me to where I am today.
I love that so much. That's so fire. I love that so much. And I would say that um, one of my favorite quotes, I literally have so many,
Yeah,
but
give me your
one,
quote.
one of them, I have so many, so you might hear them throughout, but, and this is like super simple, but it's just, I've always thought of it, when I needed to be reminded of it. And that is that, your greatest test often leads to your greatest testimony, right? And so for me, it just brings me to the moments where it's like those hard moments where you're getting tested, you're in the trial, you're like literally like you're going through some crazy ass obstacle, and you're like, how the hell am I gonna overcome this? How am I gonna literally like honestly, how am I gonna overcome this? And then I just remember it's like, okay, it's because you know what? Well, I would say that when I think of that quote, it reminds me that this is going to lead to a great story. If I don't quit, if I don't back down, if I just keep pushing through and persevering, I know that there's going to be a great story that's going to come out on the other side of this. You know what I mean? And it has helped me to push through those hard moments of anything, creating something, business, whatever. Like it's helped me persevere and just like not quit. You know what I
love
mean?
that.
Thank you.
Okay, so tell me, for
Yeah.
someone that's never heard of you
Yeah.
before and doesn't know you,
Yeah.
you're Gio, obviously,
Yeah.
the one and only,
The one and only.
and you are creating Dream
I
Labs.
am.
I want to hear from you.
Yeah.
Tell the people, what is Dream Lab?
First of all, thank you for asking, and honestly, thank you for having me here. It sounds funny, but so I'm creating something that's been on my heart for years, right? And honestly, I feel like it's been forming in my heart and my spirit for, I would say even over 10 years. Like you said, it takes years to create something. It takes trial and error. Every year, every job you work, every season, you're learning something new. You're getting a new tool that you can use, right? And so I feel like I'm coming, I've been doing events now for over 10 years, for different conferences, different companies, corporate events, this, that. I've done, when I was younger, I even set up like stuff for Sweet 16s and weddings and all this stuff.
Really?
Yeah, I did like all that stuff. I helped with like different concerts, different church conferences, everything, honestly, everything you can imagine. And I think now it was just the time to create what was in my heart, And the Dream Lab represents that, right? So the Dream Lab is really, it really is in the name. I want it to be a place where creatives can come, artists can come, entrepreneurs can come and feel accepted. Because for me, I think that when you have a dream in your heart, that's one of the most beautiful things you can have as a human. You know what I mean? Like, I think that the world will try to like beat you down sometimes and like say, oh, you need to be realistic, or you need to go do this, you need to go pay your bills, you need to, and it's just like, man, everybody's getting their asses whooped, right? Like so many people are getting their asses whooped by life, you know what I mean? And it's just like beating that childlikeness out of people. It's beating like just that faith to believe for something more.
Yeah.
And for me, I was just like, no way, dude. Like I want to create something or a place where people can come and be encouraged to believe again. They can be encouraged to dream again. I don't care how silly it sounds. I don't care how stupid it sounds to anybody in your family, friends. I don't care. I don't care what it sounds like. In that place, in the Dream Lab, in that community, you're going to be celebrated. You're going to be encouraged. And you're going to be inspired by other people who have already succeeded. And you get to have those conversations with them. And I want all kinds of people to come and just be truly inspired to create whatever's in their heart. And really, ultimately, I want people to find really like their purpose. And so I want the Dream Lab to be a place where people can activate that purpose and they can step into that greater destiny that they were supposed to step into all along,
I love that. Obsessed.
Thank you.
Okay, so
Thank
also you have a back. I like think that this is so interesting. And I'm kind of at the intersection of this too, where
Yeah.
you have background in videography,
Yeah.
videographer, you're like, you know, social media stuff.
Yeah.
We're that generation.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you
Yeah.
have an extensive background in events
Yeah.
and these experiences and
Yeah.
like activations.
Yeah.
I think as much as I love social media, it's funny because I feel like I got into social media kind of before it was cool. You know, like
Yeah.
when I was my like first little business I had in high school, I was reaching out to small YouTubers, and like there was this girl that lived a few towns over from me that was pretty big on YouTube.
Mm.
I like reached out to her, had my jewelry business, gave her jewelry to promote it. This was way before, like, influencer marketing was not a thing. It certainly wasn't a term that I knew. I was just thinking, okay, like, how do I get more eyes on my business? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, same thing when TikTok came out. Everyone was lip syncing on TikTok and doing the dances, and I was doing day in my life videos, like talking voiceovers, before anyone was doing that.
Wow.
And then it became a thing. So
That's
I feel like
crazy.
I've been kind of early repeatedly.
Yeah.
And now, as much as I'm locked in on organic social media,
Yeah.
and I think that there's still so much potential there, obviously,
Yeah, for sure.
I'm trying to think, like, what's the landscape going to be like in 5 years?
For sure.
And I really think that the analog, the IRL experiences are coming back, and they're going to be here to stay. And I think that's where the event space, and I don't even love the word event. To me,
Right.
event feels
Right.
so like
Formal.
corporate, yeah, like formal and like weddings and conference, and
Yeah.
I just see,
Mm-hmm.
you know, the whole like run club vibe of everything, like these
Community.
wellness events, community.
Yeah.
I don't think that's a trend. I think
Right.
that's here to stay.
Right.
And I think that
Right.
combining organic social media community, your digital presence, with that in real life human connection,
Mm-hmm.
like genuine connection.
Mm-hmm.
Not like, oh, I'm going to this event, but it's still performative, and here I am at this conference. Like genuine human connection experiences. I think that combination over the next few years is going to go crazy. Which is why I
100%.
think also like DreamLab is set up really well right now.
Thank you.
And in this
Yeah,
area, like we were
for
talking
sure.
about West Palm, like Palm
For
Beach
sure.
County, there's so much happening here.
For sure.
And I'm so excited to be here at
Me
this
too.
time.
Yeah.
You know,
100%.
How long have you lived in this area?
Um.
Where are you from?
So I actually, yeah. So I actually grew. Funny enough, I actually grew up in like the Boynton Beach area since
you
like
did?
middle school, high school, but I moved away for college in North Carolina
Okay.
to play college soccer, and then I moved back down, and then I went to Tampa for a couple years, and I just missed South Florida. You know, my family's from New York,
Mhm.
so I lived in New York when I was like in elementary school. But yeah, pretty much out
I
here.
know when people are from the Northeast. Like we
I know.
see it in each other.
We see-
Even this girl,
It's
my
true.
Pilates instructor, like she was just giving me like a Jersey vibe. I'm like,
Yeah.
are you from New Jersey? She's like, funny enough, I was born there, but like I never really lived there. I've lived in Florida my whole life. I'm like, I just know when someone, their roots are from
100%.
the Northeast.
It's like we find
It's
each
funny,
other,
we find each
and we
other.
vibe, you know,
Yeah,
we
we
connect.
get it.
It's true.
We
Like
get
we
it.
get each other, you know. But yeah, no, I love what you're saying about the event space. I mean, I 1000% believe that that's, you know, human connection is the most
Human
valuable
connection,
thing
yeah.
in the world, right? And I think that people are craving that now, and they will always crave that. And so if people, like you said, can tie in human connection or real life interactions and experiences with social media as well, like if you can combine those two worlds, to me, you're going to create an entire universe
That goes crazy. Yeah.
that goes crazy. You know what
Yeah,
I'm
that
saying?
goes
Like,
crazy.
you know, it's gonna pop off, right? And so, absolutely, I believe in quote unquote the event space, but really, it's a matter of connection.
Right.
And honestly, the thing is too is that I just love people like yourself.
Mhm,
You know, like
yeah.
I could just tell. You can tell when someone really cares about people.
Mhm.
I genuinely love people, and to be honest with you, I would just do that for free, like
Yeah.
forever. Like I
Mhm.
just genuinely, I care about people. I want people to feel seen. I want people to feel heard. I want people to feel known. I want people to have hope in life. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Because I know what it's like to not have hope, right?
Mhm.
So for me, it's like, okay, how do we bring this all together, make it fun, make it cool, and let's see what happens. Let's pop off. You know,
Absolutely.
right?
Yeah, and I feel like we are designed that way. Like we are social animals. We
We
crave
are.
like we evolved in tribes.
Yeah.
And I feel like life recently has gotten so individual and isolated, and
Yeah.
we want the big house with the big
Yeah.
fence that's isolated. You don't know your neighbors.
Right.
And it's funny because I had an amazing college experience. Like,
Yeah.
that was one of the best times of my life. And
Mm,
I feel like
that's fire.
the way that college is set up, it kind of accidentally solved everything we need to thrive as human beings. Like,
feel you.
Even I
Wow.
was in a shitty dorm, but
Yeah.
surrounded by like 50 people
Right.
that I knew well. We would hang out together, like we lived together, we were family.
Yeah.
And I would prefer that,
I feel you.
living, in a
So
college
fun.
dorm in a shoebox,
True.
sharing a bathroom with 18 girls, than living in a mansion by myself.
It's
Like,
community.
it's community. Like, that's what we're evolved to
Seriously.
thrive in. So I feel
Such
like
a good point.
like the
honestly.
college experience, why so many people love college.
Yeah.
I think part of it is, you're young and it's the first time you're like getting out of your parents' house.
Yeah.
But I feel like it also is just the environment
That's
is
a good way to
really
put it.
optimized for humans to thrive.
That's a
And
great way to put it.
I feel like in adulthood, all of that gets ripped away.
Yeah.
Like a lot of people in their 20s, like, you live alone. And it's
Yeah.
great to have your alone time too and figure out who you are. But making plans with your friends, it's no longer like you walk into their dorm room next door and sit on their bed and now you're just talking about whatever. It's like, hey, making a plan over text, let's go to dinner here, make a reservation at 6 p.m. Okay, now we have to find park. It's very formal.
You're
Human
so
interaction
right.
has become so
Wow.
formal. And I
Great
think
point.
that's the issue. I think that we need to bring back the frictionless, like, informal communication, like just bumping into each other, like
I love that.
there's going to be spaces popping up. This is what I think for the future. There's going to be these spaces popping up.
Yeah.
And I think it's starting with the run clubs and the wellness events, but I think more so it is going to need, adult life is going to start to mimic college campus life more and more.
Right.
And
Okay, I
that's
like
something
that.
I love about living in West Palm. I
Yeah.
don't know if you feel this way, but I really feel like it is a little bit of a college, like, community
Yeah,
vibe. Like,
yeah.
I go to the coffee shop and I see people I know. I'm running into people all the time.
It's true.
Just like I go to the library at college and, oh, here's my friends, you're in my class,
true.
whatever. It's like, I know you from here, I know you from here. And, I just think that is the future. If I love looking like 5 years ahead.
Yeah, me too.
Because the pendulum swings in life.
does.
Everyone's like
It does.
running to social media now. Like, I've been in social media. I've been deep in social media for like pretty much a decade.
Yeah.
And now everyone's kind of catching up and like,
Yeah.
oh, I should be making content and I want to be
Right.
an influencer, TikTok, Reels.
Right.
Now that everyone's going that way, especially with AI, especially now that
Especially AI.
anyone can type anything into ChatGPT, get a script, teleprompter that shit, and like reading on a screen. I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
now that everyone's trying to create content,
Yeah.
what's next? Like, the pendulum's gonna
For
swing
sure.
that way, and I think
100%.
that way is human
100%.
connection, quote unquote events, experiences, but
Yeah.
in a way that is not as formal.
100%.
It's not as like, buy a ticket to my event. It's like, what are these
100%.
spaces
Absolutely.
that kind of mimic a college library? Like, show up and you see
100%.
repeated exposure.
Absolutely.
people.
And as an encouragement to anyone who enjoys people or even just there is a business side to it too, right?
Absolutely.
It's like you even think about it, you can create a strong community with even 50 people, even 75
100%.
people, right? It's like you don't need thousands of people in your community to have great
No.
in-person experiences. You know what
I
I'm
would
saying?
argue you can't have thousands of
that
people.
exact right. That's
Like,
a great
what's the
point.
number that we can only
Yeah.
have like 150 like on the outer ring of like connections, and then you only need like
Yeah.
50, 25, 10, like even
Yeah.
10 people, like
yeah, for sure.
that's all you
100
need. You
100%.
don't need a million followers. That's what I think also with social media. We've gotten way too caught up in like
Yeah,
these vanity metrics that it's like you
For
don't
sure.
need. That's another thing with social media too. Let me get your opinion on this. Because this is something I talk about with a lot of people in my industry in social media. I think that social media has changed so much over the past few years, especially since 2020, 2022-ish to now. I think the social media landscape is completely different, and I think people talk about it still in the same way, and it's so outdated. What do I mean by that?
yeah,
I think that followers have really lost a lot of weight. Followers used to be everything. And
Yeah.
social media marketing was very similar to email marketing, where it's like you have your followers or you have your email list, you put out content on social, you send an email, you're sending it out to this list of people. Okay, then we see TikTok come out. Then we see Instagram, Instagram Reels, short form, the Explore page, that TikTokification of everything. Change the game. Like, this is no longer an email list that you're sending out content to a list. You're now putting stuff out there into an Explore page algorithm. And people are finding content that have never heard of you before. They're viewing your posts even though they don't follow you. So, for example, this is why the ROI of social media is so difficult, because I tell this story all the time. One night I was sitting on my phone scrolling on social media, and I see a really cool restaurant pop up on my feed in a video I'd never seen before. Sent it to my friend, just a little, send in the DMs. We should go here this weekend. So that's now in a private conversation. We end up going there that weekend. Now, I'm a paying customer of this business. I never followed that account. I didn't comment on the post. I didn't like the post.
Interesting.
But that business now has me as a paying customer in person. How do you track that?
Wow.
How do you track that word of mouth if I send something?
Wow, yeah.
And now I go there with my friend, and now she's with a group of friends next weekend. Oh, I went there with my friend last week.
For sure.
We should go. And then goes with 5 of her friends.
For sure.
All that's showing up from that is one DM share.
Yeah. Yeah.
Crazy.
That's such a good point. And
so,
you could share it with someone, they tell their friend about it, and then just from telling their friend about it, 3 other people go. It's like you can't track that.
It's very hard to track. It's definitely like an issue, but it's the hard part about social media is it's hard to track.
Yeah.
But businesses that do social media well, I find that they feel it. Like, they get recognized. A lot of our clients say they get recognized out in public. They've gotten business from people saying, I found you guys on social media. This happens.
Wow.
So even for my business, like social media agency, we do quarterly reports, we do analytics, but you just have to know that not everything is showing up in that dashboard, and a lot of the real impact is not showing up in that dashboard.
Okay.
And it's just,
I love that.
It's like a digital word of mouth. Like, if people are scrolling, they're watching your videos, you have good content, they don't need to follow, they don't need to like, they're just absorbing. And then when they're out and they hear people talking about your business, marketing has so many touch points nowadays too.
True.
People used to think of marketing like a funnel. Now I see it more as a web.
There's
touch points everywhere. Like, someone mentions your business, and then they're looking at your Google reviews. They're looking at your website. They see a video 2 weeks later. Oh, then that reminds them. It's staying top of mind, one huge thing. It's building familiarity, because all your competitors are getting on there. So do you want them to think of your business when they hear about your industry because they've seen you and they've seen all your team's faces and heard your voices? Familiarity is huge. I'm a psychology nerd.
I didn't know that.
Do you know with something called the mere exposure effect?
No, please tell me what that is.
So
I'm very curious what that is.
So it basically says that people's preference for something increases. What are you doing over there?
Sorry, it keeps falling. It keeps falling. My bad. I'm so curious about this.
So the mere exposure effect basically says people's preference for something increases over time the more they are simply exposed to that thing.
Okay.
Increases their preference just for being exposed, just because they feel familiar.
That's
like
crazy.
You trust things
Keep talking
that feel
about that.
familiar.
That's so good.
I mean, that's it. Like,
oh my God, that's so good.
It's a one-liner. Like,
yeah, it really is. That really is.
Isn't that crazy? I think that's a huge part of social media too.
That's interesting.
If they hear about your business, whatever industry you're in, if you're a dentist, whatever.
Yeah.
When you do all these you have this advanced dental technology, and people keep seeing your videos and like, oh, that's cool.
And it looks
they
cool.
They don't have any issues right now. Oh, then in 3 months, their friend is like, I'm really looking for a holistic dentist. And it's like, oh, I know. And you feel like you trust them because you've seen their content.
Wow.
Especially when your face is on screen and you're talking and you're making that human connection.
That's crazy.
It's hard to make through a screen, but you can do it.
That's crazy. What's your opinion, kind of going out into like another
make a sharp left turn. Let's
right? Like, what is your what is your opinion when they tell people, and it actually kind of does have to do with like seeing people more often, right?
Yeah.
Because what they'll tell someone is, okay, if you want to blow up on social media, post every day for the next, right? Like, it's that. So I know that there's like so many different perspectives on that. What is your perspective on that when people say that? Like, can you like, because I feel like that, yeah, I feel like the answer to that question is, first of all, it's probably a very loaded answer because that's like, there's so much in building a brand. People think that just by going viral, you know, you're building a brand, and it couldn't be further from the truth.
Yeah.
Just because you have one viral video. I just had that conversation with Eric Sierra, you know, on you know, at my event, which was like, he said the same thing. He's like, stop trying to go viral all the time. He's like, build your content, build your brand, because what happens is when some people, right, like they go viral, then what? And because you have to keep producing. What is that new follower gonna continue to follow you for, right? And so, anyways, tell me, what is your perspective on that when people say, oh, if you post every day for the next 30 days, you're gonna go viral. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, Gio, you're hitting me with this. We have 5 minutes left.
No, I know.
We said this was gonna be a problem from the beginning, because I said to Gio, I was like, you know, this is like a 30-minute episode, and I was like,
we got like
this is
2 big talkers here. Like we love to like conversate about all this stuff. You know,
we could yap for 4 hours straight.
Honestly,
like, no breaks.
Straight up.
Okay, so many things to unpack here.
I know.
One, I think that too many people look at social media as like, you know, go viral in 30 days or build your following in 30 days. It's not about build your following in 30 days. You should be looking at your personal brand. I'm obsessed with personal branding.
Yeah.
I think that like your personal brand, your social media presence is something you invest in over the course of your life. I think of it like investing in your fitness.
I love that.
In your fitness, in your health. You're not like locking in on your fitness in 30 days. Like, we know how this goes in the fitness world, and people are like, you know, you're gonna get abs in 30 days. Please.
Right.
Like, you need to be investing in your health over the period of your life.
It's a lifestyle.
That's a very different mindset than it's January 1st and here's my goal, like I'm gonna lose 20 pounds, whatever it is, in 30 days. That's not gonna work. I don't think it's a good strategy. I don't think there's any value in it over the long term.
For sure.
I do not think anyone, I mean, let's separate some things out. If people have specific goals of like wanting to be an influencer, wanting to do TikTok shop, or there's exceptions here.
Sure.
But for the average person that I speak to, and I'm like, you have no social media presence, you should invest in your personal brand.
Right.
3 times a week, max.
For sure. Right.
Like, I'd rather see you do one good post a week.
For sure.
For 5 years.
For sure.
Than try to max out and be posting every day for 2 months and you burn out.
For sure. For sure.
Unnecessary.
And one really good question too, to go with what you just said, because I'm like super curious, because honestly, you're very good at what you do. So I'm over here being selfish I just want to learn as much as I can. But would you recommend, sorry.
I know you're fucking up this audio, and Alex is going to be.
Alex is going to fucking, he's going to kill me. Oh, man. Okay, would you recommend, like what you just said, would you recommend having a few more quality posts rather than like a bunch of like crappy posts?
Yeah.
Okay.
Duh.
Perfect. That was the perfect answer.
Okay, Alex is back, everyone. So answer. I guess this is how we end our first episode. Thanks for coming on the show, Gio, and hopefully
Thanks for having me.
Maybe soon we'll have a name for this little thing.
Absolutely. All the best. Thanks for having me.